Fuad here with Boxing King Media. I'm joined by Eddie Hearn in Leeds. Eddie, first and foremost, I've seen a few times there where you tried to instigate a few things. First and foremost with Dalton Smith's fight. They were going back and forth a little bit. You tried to add to the fight, but it adds to the card.
Because, you hear these guys talk on social media, and they don't mind saying it again, but that's what we want. Dalton Smith called him a stepping stone. I thought, that's a bit cheeky. And Ray Millet's a quality fighter. He's a former European amateur champion, former world amateur champion. It's a really tough fight for Dalton Smith. I just believe that Dalton Smith is an outstanding young fighter. So we'll see. But really good fight for the undercard.
You did it for the Hughes one as well, but that one was very interesting.
Maxie Hughes is the nicest guy you'll ever meet. I don't think you could ever see him sort of lose his temper. But Ryan Walsh, as well as got food in his belly, now up at lightweight, he's fired up. And a lot of people, that Wood Conlon fight, it did inspire a lot of people. Like, he even said, I want to fight like that. I don't know whether Maxie wants to fight like that. He wants to box clever and win the fight.
He wants to pay his mortgage on.
Exactly, but that's another really good fight. It's a domestic fight, but with world title ramifications, in the lightweight division. So I think that's a 50-50 fight. And then, Ebony Bridges against Roman, brilliant fight. It's a really good undercard. Of course, the main event, there's 12,000 people there coming to watch the main event, and it's a big fight for the division.
How nervous are you after, obviously, Barry's defeat to Martinez? With all due respect to him, we kind of didn't expect that to happen, the way Barry got knocked out. Warrington, we've seen him go through a few, wrong turns in like last year. This can happen again.
Yeah, a lot of people question now what Josh Warrington has left. I think he looks tremendous. I think he's had a great camp. But I've never seen Kiko Martinez so confident. He chose this fight. Of all the other fights in the division, he said, I want to go back to Leeds and I want to fight Josh Warrington. I can knock him out. So we'll see. But this is a massive fight for Josh. To become a two-time world champion in front of his people opens a door to massive fights in the division after a lot of people believing his career might be over. So, it's a massive fight for him.
Just want to touch on the fact that we did see you at the UFC. Everyone picked up on that. I just wanted to see what your opinion is on the fact that, we saw one of the main events, Paddy Bimblett was there. He brought in that crowd. 12K, people are saying that he got paid for that fight and then 12K to win as well. Do you think it's, fair? I know it's different sports, MMA and boxing, but ultimately it's combat sport, that the differentiation between if Paddy was in boxing, I feel like he'd be getting paid a lot more. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I think, firstly, I've seen that reported. Don't really know,
He said it, I think. He said 12K.
I think sometimes it's a different kind of structure in the UFC, and there are a lot of benefits of being with the UFC. Particularly when you talk about the training facilities and you talk about sponsorships as well and stuff like that. I don't know enough about the business. What I can tell you is that being up close and personal to it, every one of those fighters who won got out the octagon, ran round and cuddled Dana White. Okay. Right? Now, I turned round to Anthony Joshua and Derek Chisora and said, when have you ever cuddled me? And I'm supposed to pay you a load more money than UFC. So the fighters appear to be happy. There has to be a reason that those fighters are happy. So, and look, the UFC do a great job. They're a great business as well. And again, not just saying it because his hospitality was very good. Dana White cares about the fighters. He cares about the sport. I can see it. I don't have to say that because I don't gain anything out of it. All I'm telling you is I sat next to a very passionate man that was, it was emotional about fighters. He was invested in the fighters, the sport. They're running a business as well. And it's up to the fighters and their representatives to get the best deal they can. So, look, I saw a lot of happy fighters at that event, and I saw a great event as well.
Last few questions from me. I was at Frank Warren's show last weekend. I spoke to him. And sorry about that. You caught me off guard.
One of about 500. No, sorry, I'm joking.
No, you caught me off guard.
What I'm doing now.
That one was mad.
No, I watched Frank Smith's interview the other day, and Frank Smith was giving it to Frank Warren. And I'm like, do you know what I'm going to do now? I'm now no longer commenting on Frank Warren because Frank Smith is now, giving him a little tap on the backside. So I'll let Frank Smith and Frank Warren go. But go on, you was at the show.
Yeah, no, I was speaking to him and he did say, I think you've answered this question about the offer that was given to AJ. My question is, for the Joyce fight. Joyce to fight AJ. Apparently they put an offer to you guys. There's been no responses. That's what he said.
There's been no offer. I am the exclusive promoter of Anthony Joshua. Right? Every other promoter or representative of all these other heavyweights that want the fight reached out to me. Joe Joyce's team never reached out to me once for the Anthony Joshua fight. They can say, oh, we had a conversation with someone. If you want the fight, you come. Obviously, I work with 258. I'm the promoter. All these other heavyweight reps come to me. Joe Joyce never came to us with any interest or nothing at all. Anyway, I think he's irrelevant because he's fighting Usyk. But don't be bluffed by, we made an offer. They never. If you want the fight, it's very easy to come on to me. I know his management company. Obviously, you've got Queensbury as well. I was never approached by anyone. No offer, nothing for that fight. So let's make that straight.
And last one for me, we saw that picture. People were picking it up that AJ's got a ring on his finger. Were you invited to the wedding?
A ring on his finger?
Yeah, there was a ring on his left finger on the
wedding finger. Well, I weren't invited to the wedding, so I hope he ain't got married. No.
Who knows? We'll find out soon anyway. But Eddie, thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it.